Happy Thursday, everybody. We are getting ready to start our Super Kids, the Big Box Fix Up. And so I want you to go ahead and turn in your Super Kid book to page 6. You are going to need a pencil for this one. Normally, when we read our stories, we are just reading them, but this story we actually have questions, pictures to circle. All right, so go ahead and get your Super Kid book ready, page 6, and make sure you have a pencil close by. This is going to be an audio, so we'll be listening to the Super Kids tell the sentences on the page, okay? So let's get started.
The Big Box Fix-Up. Hot Rod is the super noodle today. Hot Rod found boxes of different shapes and sizes. He gave the boxes to the Super Kids to fix up or make into something else they can play with. Each team hid its fixed-up box under a blanket and gives a few clues. The rest of the Super Kids will guess what the box looks like it might be. You get to guess too. At the end of the story, you will find out if your guesses were correct. Look at the top picture on page 6. Alf and Etta Betta are a team and hid their fixed-up box under a red blanket. Tack and Cass are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of the page. Alf and I cut up the TV box, said Etta Betta. You can nap in it, but it is not a bed. You can camp in it, said Alf, but it is not a cabin. Can you tell? Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 6. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the red blanket might be. Now look at page...
All right, so they are giving us clues about what they think is under the red blanket. So when I read this page, I wasn't sure which picture showed the fixed up box. I remembered reading that the box is not a bed, but I couldn't remember any other clues. So I read the page again. This time, I noticed that Alf said the box is not a cabin. Now I know which picture is the fixed up box. So what I want you to do is I want you to circle which one you think is under the red blanket. Which picture did you circle? You should circle the last one. What do you think they made with their box? A tent. Great job. All right, now we're going to flip our book like a pancake to page 7. All right, this part we are going to figure out together. You ready?
7. Tock and Fritz are a team. They fixed up a small box and hid it under a blue blanket. Icky and Oswald are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of the page. Fritz and I got an egg box, said Tock. I put sand and mud in it, said Fritz, but it is not a sandbox. Tock said, I put seeds in it, but it is not for the robins. Can you tell? Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 7. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the blue blanket might be. Now...
All right, so what did Tock and Fritz do to fix up the egg box? Well, it says they put sand and mud and seeds in it. What do they say that their box is not? They said it is not a sandbox. And they also said it is not for robins. Circle the picture of what you think Fritz and Tock fixed up their box to look like. Which picture did you end up circling? The plant box. Good. Why did they put seeds in their box? Because they didn't do the seeds for the robins. Why did they put seeds in there? So that the flowers would grow. Great job. All right, now you're going to turn your book over to page 8 and 9. You're going to leave it open where you see page 8 and 9. All right, so let's find out what they are going to do with their box.
Turn to pages 8 and 9. Look at the picture on pages 8 and 9. Doc and Sal are a team. They fixed up a box and hid it under a brown blanket. Oswald and Tock are guessing what it is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of pages 8 and 9. Sal and I got the blanket box, said Doc. I added buttons and a fan, said Sal. Doc said, but it is not a windmill. It is like a rocket, said Sal, but it is not as fast. Can you tell? Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 9. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the brown blanket might be.
All right, so what did Sal do to the blanket box? He added buttons and a fan. Okay, so what do Doc and Sal say that the box is not? They said it is not a windmill and it is like a rocket, but not as fast as a rocket. So, circle the picture of what you think Doc and Sal's fixed up box looks like. All right, which one did you circle? The first one, because we know it wasn't a rocket or a windmill. What do you think they made with their box? What does that look like? A pretend airplane. Why isn't the second picture a good guess? Because it doesn't have a fan on it, and it's a rocket. Great job, because remember he added buttons and a fan to the box. All right, now I want you to turn your book to page 10 and 11. It should look just like this. It'll have Oswald and Cass and Sal and Lily and Icky. All right, let's find out what they're going to do.
Now turn to pages 10 and 11. Oswald and Cass are a team. Sal, Lily, Icky, and Tock are guessing what their box is. Listen as I read the clues at the bottom of pages 10 and 11. Oswald said, I put a quilt on the gift box, but it is not a bed. You can get a snack at the box, said Cass, but it is not a hot dog stand. Can you tell? Look at the 3 small pictures at the bottom of page 11. Point to the small picture that you think looks like what the box under the blanket might be. Now turn...
All right, so what did Oswald do to the gift box? He put a quilt on it. Good. What does Cass say you get at the box? He says you get a snack at the box. What do they say the box is not? Well, it is not a bed, and it is not a hot dog stand. Okay, so circle the picture of what you think Doc and Sal fixed up their box to look like. Which picture did you circle? The last one, because we know it wasn't a bed or a hot dog stand. What do you think they made with their box? Well, it looks like a table, maybe set up for snack with muffins and tea. All right, good. Now, look at Icky. What does Icky look like he is doing in this picture? Looks like he's smelling something in the air. How can you tell he likes that smell that he is smelling? Well, look, he has a smile on his face and he's rubbing his tummy like it's making him hungry. All right, now I want you to go ahead and turn to page 12 and 13. There should be Hot Rod and Etta Betta, all the super kids with all their boxes. Let's find out what happens.
To pages 12 and 13. Look at the picture on pages 12 and 13. The super kids are lifting the blankets off the fixed up boxes so everyone can see what they made. They are smiling and playing with the boxes. Listen as I read the sentences at the bottom of pages 12 and 13. Hot Rod said, "Lift the blankets off the boxes." Alf camps in his tent. Fritz and Talk put the plants in the sun. Doc sits in the jet. Cass has muffins for a snack. The big box fix-up is a lot of fun.
All right, so why does Hot Rod tell the super kids to lift the blankets off the boxes? Because he wanted the super kids to see each other's fixed up boxes. What did Etta Betta and Alf make with their box? They made a tent. What did Fritz and Talk make? A plant box. What did Sal and Doc make? They made an airplane. And what about Cass and Oswald? They made a table for a snack. Good. Did the super kids like the big box fix-up? They did. How do you know? Well, look, they're smiling. And it says, the big box fix-up is a lot of fun. Great job. Now, we are going to turn in our Super Kid book to page 14. Hold your book back where all you can see is page 14. All right, you should be on page 14 in your Super Kid book. You're still going to need your pencil for this one. I want you to follow along with me. We are going to read the sentences in each box. And I want you to remember back to the story because it's going to be important when we read the sentences to circle which sentence tells about the story and it also matches up with the picture. All right, so some of the sentences will be true and some of them will not be true about the story. So I want you to read along with me. We're going to start in this first box right here. Okay, let's start right here. The gift box is for a picnic. Let's look at this one. The gift box is a bed. Okay, so let's look at these. Was the gift box for a picnic? Yes, circle that one. Now remember back to the story. Was that gift box for a bed? No, it was not a bed. So put an X over that one. All right, now we're going to move over in that same box and let's look at these sentences. They're going to tell about our picture. It has a cat on it. It has a quilt on it. Well, look, does it have a cat on it? No. Put an X over that one. Does it have a quilt on it? Yes. Circle that one. All right, good. Now we're going to go down to this second box. All right, let's read this sentence together. The egg box is for the robins. The egg box is for plants. Okay, let's remember back to our story. Was this egg box for the robins? No, remember they said it was not for the robins. But was this egg box, they put seeds in it, was it for the plants? Yes, circle that one. All right, let's look at these two sentences. Read them with me. It has mud in it. It has pants in it. All right, look at the picture. Does it have mud or pants in it? It has mud in it. Pants would be silly. So I want you to circle the sentence that says it has mud in it. And then what do we do to the sentence it has pants in it? We put an X over it. Good. All right, go down to this box right here. Let's read this together. The TV box is a cabin. The TV box is a tent. All right, well, look at the picture. Remember back to the story. Was the TV box used as a cabin or a tent? Good, it was used as a tent. So we know this one is not correct. So we're going to put an X over that one. And we know the tent is what they use that TV box for. So we're going to circle that one. Now I'll come over here to these sentences. Let's read them together. Alf can camp in it. Alf can swim in it. All right, well, think back to the story. He had a tent. What do you think he would do in a tent? Would he camp in a tent, or was he going to swim in the tent? He was going to camp in the tent. So I want you to circle the sentence that says Alf can camp in it, and we're going to put an X over the swim because he's not going to swim in that tent. All right, go down here to the last box, and we're going to read this one together. The blanket box is a jet. The blanket box is a windmill. Well, remember, he said it was not going to be a windmill that he was making. What was he making? He was making an airplane or a jet. So we're going to circle that one, and we're going to put an X over this one because he told us it was not a windmill. All right, these two sentences, let's read them together. It has a fan on it. It has a sun on it. Well, look at the picture. He told us Hot Rod put buttons and a fan on it. So which one are we going to circle and which one are we going to X? We're going to circle the one with a fan on it and put an X over the one with the sun on it. Great job on that, guys. Next time we're together doing our Super Kids, we're going to start on the new one. This is our last letter that we're going to learn, and it's a fun one. All right, that's all for today. I hope that you guys have a really great Thursday, and I hope to see you soon. Bye-bye.